Hey, this is Troy with Now with Troy, and this should be live. And so we're trying this out. I hope it works, and I hope to hear back from you if it's worthwhile. Maybe you've seen the videos that I've done on LinkedIn. Tried to keep them short. There's a couple that went a little bit longer, but had some good input and had some encouragement from a team. And so this is the first version of Now with Troy Live. I've got chat up. It's going out to the different channels. So if you happen to see this dry run and you happen to see this intro, do comment, chat. Let's see if this works. Have a couple things to walk through today, and it really just sets the stage for what is Workflow Wednesday now with Troy Live. On Wednesdays, this is a time where we can get on. I can take your comments and really help you figure out how can the world of work be transformed utilizing ServiceNow and the Now platform. How do we workflow it? I've been in the ecosystem for a long, long time. I'm part of Third Era, and I'm a client exec. I help organizations understand where this could fit their needs to help address their business objectives and business problems. And so with that, I have a couple things to share. So let me jump over here. We're going to show the desktop, turn on the camera. These guys are two guys that I work with very closely, and they're the ones that really encouraged me to do this live version of Now with Troy on Workflow Wednesday. Gabe Gonzalez and Connor Oplinger. Both of these guys are part of Third Era with me. As we reach out to organizations, you might hear from Gabe, Connor, and myself. And if you want to hear from us, you can reach out to any of the three of us on LinkedIn. But these guys help me really think through whether I should do something live. And so when we think about Workflow Wednesday, there's three different types of sessions that I'd be holding on Wednesday. The first one is just like this. It's an individual session. It's me, the talking head, and we're going to go through things that are in the gray matter that I'm hearing from clients, that I'm hearing from prospects as we talk to them, and I'm seeing in the marketplace. The world of work has transformed. I was just telling my boss that change, some say change is constant, but it's accelerating. And I even say it's accelerating exponentially. We've experienced a tremendous amount of change in the last 2 years. It's really driving the world of work. And so that's a lot of things that are in my mind that you'll see in the individual sessions. The other thing we can do with the live is I'll invite people to join in. Maybe you saw the interview that I did with Pedro Soto from Westbury Analytics. Westbury and Third Era work together very well as we address how we take advantage of the intelligence on the Now platform. And that could be working at virtual agent, performance analytics, or machine learning. It's a lot of different things we can do there. And so the interview sessions will be like that. It'll be hosted on Zoom. The speakers, the people that are willing to join me on a Workflow Wednesday will join me in a Zoom meeting, and we'll stream that out. It gives you, the audience, as an opportunity to interact with us live through the chat on the different forums. And we can see where those go. Lots of different ideas of people that I'd like to pull into sessions like that. And so watch for those. The third is one that Gabe and Connor and I were kind of honestly the most excited about, because it hasn't been something that I've been able to figure out how to do before. But as I look at the capabilities with streaming and some of the other pieces that I have, I'm excited for this one. What we'll plan is we'll plan out one of the Workflow Wednesdays where we'll offer up a roundtable. And that's where we'd invite people to come and join us. And as you register, you would register to be on that Zoom call with us. And it opens up a topic where we can talk about the Now platform, either from a broad sense or dive into a specific topic area, and have a group discussion on Zoom that would be streamed out live. And so 3 different ideas. Love to hear your thoughts. So again, post to the comments where you see this, reach out to me. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn. Again, Troy Pasola, Now with Troy. You should be able to find me. And if you've seen this, you're a lot closer to connecting with me. So again, those are the types of sessions that you'll see on Workflow Wednesday. But today, one of the things I wanted to share with is to just show this slide. This is a slide that we use at Third Era. It's in our Third Era coloring, but it comes from ServiceNow. And it says, are you getting the most out of ServiceNow? And this is an eye chart. If you can read this on any of the live streaming, I commend you. You're not using readers. There's a lot of information on this sheet, but I think that's important to step back and say, well, the details matter. More importantly, what matters when you think about ServiceNow, this is not just an IT ticketing tool. You look at the depth and the breadth of the solutions that come out of box on this platform are pretty broad. On some of the earlier videos, I talked about the 4 different types of workflows, and little teaser at Third Era is in the partner ecosystem, and there's over 1,400 partners, organizations that aim to provide services in the ServiceNow ecosystem. You can basically earn certifications, show that you're doing this in the marketplace, and really earn the credibility that you know how to do this. At Third Era, we are the first partner, was the first partner. Now there's a good handful that have it, but we were the first partner to get all 4 workflow badges. That means creator workflows, customer workflows, employee workflows, and probably the hardest one to get is IT workflows. What that means is across each of those 4 areas, whatever partner you're working with has done the certification so their staff knows that platform intellectually, right? They've studied it, they know it, but they've also done some implementations to prove that they can do it in the real world, and we've done both. And you look at IT workflows, there's a lot underneath it that covers a lot of space, and so we've earned all of those. But step outside of Third Era, if we think about Workflow Wednesday, this is kind of it's our pocket or our set of cards, I'll say, that we can choose from to say, what should we talk about on this platform? And there's so many different things. And that's one of the things I'd love to hear from you as the audience, as the viewers. As we go through different sessions, are there areas of this platform where you'd like to learn more? And of course, I'm glad to sit down with you guys individually, reach out. It's what I do. But on Now with Troy, it's fun to be able to share this with you. And the feedback that I've heard has been positive. You guys have appreciated it. It's helped you understand how you can leverage ServiceNow a little bit more. And so as you look across this platform, there's so many different areas. Today, what I want to spend a little bit of time with is looking at employee workflows. And you can kind of see there's this middle area where it's HR service delivery and safe workplace. And it really bleeds into workflow service delivery as well. But why would that matter? Is I look at the world, one of the things that I keep hearing about over and over again is this great resignation. I just looked at the Google search and look at that. There's 397 million results. That's a big deal. The world of work has changed. And when we think about workflows, when we think about interacting with the employees in our organizations, it's different. And how we shape their experience at work matters. Where they go to get information on work and how they get really the support that they need to do work well has changed. I believe ServiceNow is a platform that can help address some of those big concerns. And we've helped our clients do it. Within our HR practice, we've been able to take this and help with that onboarding, offboarding process because it's happening. But more importantly, as we improve that onboarding, as we improve the employee experience through those moments that matter, promotions, life change, other things, right? That using ServiceNow as that enterprise platform for structured work, we've been able to transform how work flows. The other thing that we have is we've formed Third Era Digital. And Third Era Digital brings more capability into our practice that helps us really focus on what's the experience, what's the user interface, what's the user experience as they use the platform. Both of those coupled together are important. So as you look at your workforce, you start looking at the data, and as you dig into some of these, I just clicked in the Harvard Business Review article, but really who's driving it. And the thing that stuck out to me here is that there was such a huge percentage, and it's really among mid-career. There are some other trends, but the part that they said in their recommendations that I think is important is that we quantify it. So as you look at how the Great Resignation is affecting your organization, really look at the data. Understand what your turnover rate, and are there other signals inside of it, and what's driving it. Some of that might be able to be addressed with ServiceNow, and that's where I'd be happy to sit down with you and kind of understand what you're seeing and how you can work to engage with your workforce differently. And that could mean a whole number of different things based on your data. And so we don't want to make assumptions, but we want to look at the data that you have and figure out if ServiceNow could be part of that. And so the ServiceNow HR service delivery and the employee center capabilities are now in Rome, renamed in Rome and extended. And then if you look at really the UI, UX that we do with Third Era Digital, are all important. That it's not just a web page that looks like it's from the 90s, but instead it's a compelling web page that's internal, that your employees can use to really make sure that they understand their benefits, they can know where to go to get help, and that onboarding process and the process, helping them through change is there and consistent. Here's another article that I found off of NPR. And the thing that struck me here is nearly 3% of the entire workforce quit their jobs in August. To me, that's mind-blowing. As I said before, the world of work has changed. It's transformed. And it's not the same anymore. And the question is, how do we, as leaders in our organizations, how do we understand what's driving that change, and what can we do? Some of that could be just rethinking and repositioning the internal culture and being focused on culture. The other part, and this is where ServiceNow fits in, we'd be glad to help, is understanding where are their business processes, where are their email inboxes that requests might go to and just get lost. ServiceNow helps address that. And I know I find that in my own life when people say, so Troy, what is it you do? And I explain a little bit. And one of the easiest ways to help people understand what ServiceNow can do is, if you've ever worked in a large organization and there's that email box you need to send to get help, or you're responding to emails and trying to remember where things are, ServiceNow fixes that. When it comes to HR, what's driving that 3%? Are you guys seeing 3% in your organization? And what would it take to change that? Let me switch over here. So as you think about ServiceNow, there's lots of different ways that we can be involved in addressing growth and change and the reality of the new world that we work in, this post-COVID world. Remote matters more. Workforce is changing more. I didn't even get into security. That's for another topic, for another week on a Workflow Wednesday. But I'd like your comments. What topics would you like to see? Is this live structure something that interests you? Is it something that you'd be willing to engage in? Do you like it? Watch for more. There's going to be more. I'll do some more promotions so you understand when it's coming. And so you'll have some heads up. But I'm targeting every Wednesday morning. As people chat, they should be able to show up over here. They should be able to show up over here. So that's one of the things I'm excited to try, is to see how engagement works and be able to connect live. And so again, this is Troy Pasola from Now with Troy. I hope you have a good week. Reach out if you have questions, reach out if you have suggestions, and let me know your thoughts. I look forward to connecting on another episode.